Welcome back, everybody, to this discussion of RWBY Volume 7, Episode 7, Worst Case Scenario. I'm Connor. To my left is Zach.
What's up?
To his left is Mike.
What up, y'all?
And let's hop into it. Anything you want to get out of the way right off the bat?
Hey, I got some hot swappable stickers. So I want to do a quick giveaway on this one, this this discussion video. If you comment in the video, you get a sticker, or I'll choose someone from there, maybe a couple, depending on how many people enter. A couple people get stickers. You'll get an extra sticker if you can guess exactly what Mike ate before this, unless he decides to be a dick and tell you, because I got it on a first try without even seeing anything. So, yeah.
You didn't even get to hear it.
Nope. Like and comment, and maybe you'll win a sticker.
You know, I'll give you a hint. Can I give them a hint?
No!
All right, well, never mind then. Let's put that right back down.
What were you gonna
You
do?
know it can be lifted up. That's your hint.
What were you gonna do?
Nothing. The way that you guessed it, I was going to allow them to see that so they could make the same guess.
No, that would actually potentially give it away. I don't have that many stickers.
They're going to Google it and like,
All right, well, the episode starts off with us just seeing Penny being really, really sad.
She's being a little emotional little bitch. Like, god damn,
What
you're a
did
robot.
you say?
Her
What
whole
did you
world's
just
been
say
turned
about
upside down.
Oh, hold up. What did you just say about Penny?
Being a whiny little bitch.
All right. I'll come see you shortly, all right?
Yes, Mike's coming to Idaho.
Oh, I'm coming to Idaho.
Mike just walks to the right, or to like his left, his personal left, to the right of his screen. All of a sudden, he just appears next to Zach. What the fuck did you say? Go.
Camera goes off.
Oh no.
So, but yeah, we see that Penny is incredibly sad over what has happened in the previous episode. It has really got to her. We once again don't see them defending from the Grum attacks that have happened allegedly again, which means the whole dance setup between Blake and Yang had nothing behind it.
Yeah,
Nothing
my
happened at the
reaction, I
movies.
go, well, our discussion is completely wrong.
That's what I was hoping. Like, it would be better of them putting in that time if they did, but just now it's meh. But all right. We see that the city is now kind of under like a pseudo martial law. There's a curfew in effect. People aren't allowed to be on the streets. It's people are feeling the pressure. People are feeling upset.
Scared.
People are drawn in the grim.
High emotion, yeah.
Yep.
And while this is all happening, we see the Atlas where they're still sending supply trucks to try and get Amity Arena going. Robin and her happy huntresses are getting in the way. And we see a couple of their semblances.
I was gonna say, they got some cool semblances. Little Lamb, fucking Lionheart's assistant. She's insane. Like,
Yeah,
that's insane.
She can store things in a pocket dimension.
That's pretty cool.
It's super cool.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the chick with the invisibility looks like it nullifies sound too.
Yeah.
Dude, it does, like, yeah, it I don't know.
Did they pull the driver out of that truck and like send him out of the field too? Or did they just like pocket dimension the driver too?
Oh, they kicked him out. That'd be scary though.
Yeah, he'd be like in a void or something. Or whatever else she has in there that she forgot to like put out.
I just thought of something though. So, like, clearly Hill's team has been like ransacking these, trucks and shipments of stuff that they need for the tower. If Hill decides to join their team, she technically, I'm assuming, could pull all those parts back out that they need and could be an instant fix.
Maybe.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yeah,
Lamb's evil, so.
I was hating the Huntresses more than ever at the start of this episode.
Were you really?
Oh yeah. They're just destroying supply trucks because they don't understand.
Yeah, they are basically vigilantes.
We're going to talk about that here in a second. I'm going to get more into the truth here in a second. So we cut to Ironwood, who he's very upset. He's getting pissed off. He's angry. He's emotional. He's getting desperate. And he hates Robin because of what she's doing, because they're taking away from everything. They're effectively stopping the Amity
tower.
Arena project.
And this scene that I think you're about to talk about makes me like Nora so much more.
It made me hate her so much more.
Why?
So Nora is very much focusing on the micro aspect. She's saying we need to take care of Mantle as well, because if you can't take care of your city, there's all these other issues that stem up. You're trying to reach too far right now. You need to focus on what you can handle. That is something I agree with. That is a very good concept that I think is trying to hit home. But then she fucking starts going on we need to tell them the truth. You fucking hypocrite. God damn it. That pissed me so fucking much. That pissed me off so fucking much. It's like, you fucking lying piece of shit. You hypocrite who is holding the truth. Do you not understand that you're a hypocrite right now? And then I saw comments on there's Twitter or iFunny or something. There was some app where I saw comments about this. Maybe it was in the Rooster Teeth comments section, where it's like Nora's getting mad at them for not telling the truth. Meanwhile, she's keeping the secret from them as well. And then someone responded with, "Well, it's Ruby who's keeping the secret, not her." Shut the fuck up.
I mean,
Shut
every
the
single
fuck up.
person was there, like, so.
They are all
Well,
keeping that truth. Every single one of them. Don't fucking preach about how much the truth matters if you're just gonna keep telling your own fucking lies.
Guys, I think we found Connor's trigger.
I hate hypocrisy so much, and when it's being pushed so much in this one about the value of the truth. That's a huge message in this volume, is the value of the truth. I fucking hate it that some people are saying, no, we have to tell the truth all the time, but we're gonna keep all the secrets we want. And then the other people are like, we're trying to tell the truth, we just need to keep the secret right now until we can make sure it gets out properly. And they're like, no, that's bad.
And it's because, like, and it's exactly that, the volume. They think telling people the truth is going to rectify this, or pretty much resolve the situation. Which,
Connor is as red as his hat.
Like, and like it goes a little bit further than Ironwood just starts telling them why. Like, hey, if we do this now, this is gonna go wrong. And if you do this now, this is gonna go wrong. Do it later, this is gonna go wrong. We need to get this tower up so we can do this thing. I wanted to get this done. And then he's like, "Is that clear?" And then I guess Ren is showing like they're really like pushing on like some character development for him this season.
Holy shit, I'm loving Ren so much right now. But before we get to Ren, I want to hear your love of Nora.
I liked that. I assume me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the fact that she was pushing the whole truth thing. Now, I wasn't taking into account that they're hiding their secret too, but I firmly believe that she is trying to do what's best for the people right now. Because the city is in such a huge state of panic, she knows it's strong and grim. She knows it's essentially causing riots. She knows that Jock is being Jock. Like, she knows all of this stuff is happening. She's like, you want to take care of your people, so fucking do it. Do it. Stop hiding from them. Be the leader they need you to be. And that's why I liked her.
Which is a message I'd completely agree with if she wasn't hiding her own truth.
And see, I get your frustration on it. And I'll say this, prior to even you just bringing it up, I wasn't even like looking at that aspect of it too, as the hypocrisy of it. But I don't know. I really liked her. See, I know you said before Ren. I hate Ren now.
Oh, I love it
He had like the opposite.
The minute he said yes, sir, I was like, "Fuck you!" Like
I clapped. I cheered. I was like, "Yeah, Ren, yeah."
I was like, "Oh snap!"
I don't even know if I said something in my react, but I know in my head I said I hate him. Like, I have no like for him anymore.
I was so happy.
He's been trying to do
so happy.
I mean, his development was going towards that point. Like he's literally, because he's like, hey, we don't have time for this. We need to do this and this. We need to prepare so that we're ready when she comes. And I feel like it's probably like he's been trusting and looking at what Ironwood's been doing, and I guess now is like he's going to. I feel like if they have to leave, Rin will probably stay if
I've not
Atlas
thought about
doesn't
that.
fall.
See, another reason I don't like it is because that last episode where they kissed gave me hope for their relationship again. Because I like their relationship. I think they're perfect for each other. They kind of complete the parts that each of them are missing. But like, and I was just like, okay, Rooster Teeth is just trying to shove it that they're done. Like, trying to split the parts. I think it's going to tear apart Jean to see his friends fighting on different sides, and they're just, to me, they're pushing it too hard. And I was
But-
just like, I hate you.
But doesn't this do the exact same thing? They've always been opposites. Even in this view, they're still opposites. Nora's focusing
Yeah.
on the micro, Ren's focusing on the macro.
I get it. Ah,
They're still
Yeah,
I think they're still the exact same characters that they have always been, but now that it's hitting a point where it's no longer just the cutesy fun things, it's no longer just the happy living life. It's hitting a political point. It's hitting a point where, this lives will be lost based on the decisions we make. I think it's just getting to them a little bit more.
I see that. That's fair. I
Your thoughts, Mike?
I just want to roll back a little bit too, as far as like Nora's points that she was making. Maybe she wasn't directly making, but kind of hitting on it a little bit about Ironwood not taking care of his people, because he was like, he was like, all right, so the next thing is like martial law, and I feel like because he's getting desperate at this point, he's taking more of like a not like a dictatorship, because that's not what he's doing, but he's basically taking the route of I'm going to protect you by taking away your rights, essentially, which is,
but I
I mean,
almost,
it's somewhat of a negative view.
I see
It is
this
kind of
him
a
also
dictatorship.
trying to protect himself. He doesn't want to make the wrong move where people are like, yeah, we want Jock no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think he genuinely wants to protect the people, but his method of like I'm just gonna take away everything and I know you'll be safe. It's basically like when you get a kid, you're gonna lock a kid in a room. There's no way he's gonna get hurt in here. Like if a parent is like afraid of the child getting hurt.
But see, that's exactly what Nora was talking about, though. Like, essentially, summed up, that's what Nora was arguing about.
To an extent, like she hit on it, but that wasn't like her main point. So that was like she was including that with the rest of her point. As far as like, yeah, we need to like basically we need to release the truth, because she felt like if we release the truth right now, our problems will be solved and we can deal with the rest of it after we do that. But it's only in Atlas and Mansell, not across the world, where they know Salem is already here. So when she finds out about that, that's going to be a larger problem for them. How are they actually going to deal with that? Is what Ironwood is thinking, which is why he wants to release it to everyone.
Sure.
It's,
mean-
it's my viewpoint of it.
I guess.
It can be very divisive.
And Winter is just she's already like so now it's like Rin and Winter are like directly following. They pretty much, I think, completely trust in Ironwood and his decisions at this point. I think Crow is, well, I guess I don't really know where Crow's at. He didn't really say much in this or react to this at all. And
See,
then
that's
John didn't really either.
one thing. Speaking of that, I don't mean to cut you off, Mike. Talking about the Crow kind of almost distancing himself or keeping himself quiet to a point. If you notice in the main title, like when it starts going, when it's that final image, it's all of them kind of grouped together. Crow is off to the far right or to far left.
He's off to the side, out of the way.
Yeah, he's out of the way, and so people could argue, well, that's because his semblance affects his team. Me. I guess, but like I think it's foreshadow of something. Everything done in RWBY is on purpose.
Almost everything.
What's not?
It gets into the Adam thing. Why didn't he use his gun? There's no purpose to that. People just forgot.
To better fighters.
he had his gun on him at the very end when he was charging in to go and grab a fractured blade because he thought it was his only chance to use a weapon.
The RWBY writers can't fix stupid, okay? Because Adam is stupid, they can't fix that.
Or even just other issues in that one where it's like this sword, it's like this thing broken, now it's flying off into the ocean direction, and all of a sudden now it's on the opposite side, closer to the waterfall.
Magic.
No.
They're little
No.
slip-ups like that. Not everything's
just-
intentional. Some things are fuck-ups, but a lot of it is intentional. Things like that, where they know people are meant to see it, those things are intentional. I'm just giving the benefit of the doubt to make sure we're not reaching.
Oh, you guys. You
Which,
are just reaching.
Hope you're ready, because Adam's going to come up here in a little bit once we keep going.
Oh my
He's
goodness.
not coming up.
Oh, no, he is. I have a talking point about him that is relevant to this episode. We'll get
How?
there. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Just accept he's dead.
I'm not saying he's not dead. I'm just saying he came up. So, yeah, that whole Ren and Nora thing, very divisive. I'm happy that we have people from both views. I'm happy that you love Nora and that I love Ren from this. And it sounds like Mike is leaning very much towards the Ren side of things.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Zach. Who did you root for in Marvel Civil War? Iron Man or Captain America?
Captain America. Look at his face.
No.
Was it Iron Man?
So, I'm torn because I want to say Captain America, yes, because I do prefer him as a Marvel hero over Iron Man. But I didn't agree with. But I agreed with Iron Man because Iron Man was pretty much just trying to say like, we need to be in check. Like, we can't just be running amok. Plus, this asshole killed my parents. So
Okay.
it was hard for me to choose a side. Probably Captain America, just because, as you know, from when we played Marvel Ultimate Alliance, I loved playing as Captain America. So
I was very much an Iron Man kind of guy.
I knew you were too. I think we talked about that before.
Yeah, we might have. I think Mike's Iron Man too, so this kind of adds up in that same
Stupid.
well.
How could you be on Team Iron Man?
We can get into a separate discussion about that, but like specifically with Wanda when she's throwing other people's cars, it's like, do you not remember the conversation we had earlier in this movie about how you're destroying things that you shouldn't be destroying? What the fuck is wrong with? And then fucking Ant-Man steps on a plane, meanwhile everyone else on the Iron Man side's trying to do everything that they can to avoid damage. The only one who fucks it up is Vision at the end when he's emotionally fucking pissed off because the woman he loves been fucking hurt.
Sorry.
We'll leave that
I
aside.
noticed those little things. It's like an action sequence. Those things stood out to me. I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? People have to pay for those cars. You jackasses.
Well, it was my right. Nah, like it's not like I don't like I don't 100% agree with like their decisions, but their goal I agree with. What they're trying to do, I agree.
Yeah. And God, I loved Ren. I legitimately in the reaction, I'm just clapping and cheering when he fucking says yes, sir, because he's there alongside
sir.
Clover and Winter doing it.
Jeez. See, I am the exact opposite. I'm just the exact opposite. I hated it. Like when Ren did that, I had no love for him anymore.
This might be the most active I've been in a RWBY react. This is shit like
Really?
that. Mm. So we also get the profile of Tyrion Callows throughout this exchange. Did you rate it?
I didn't read it. No.
So it's pretty much the first bits of it's just like I imagine it's like their own background details on him. It's like age presumed mid to late 30s, wanted for murder, assault, kidnapping, blah blah blah, everything that happened to him. He was apprehended by Atlas officers, and then he pretty much while he was being escorted, he was broken out, or he broke out. But they also make a reference to, I guess, the Cornetto trilogy, or to someone Cornetto.
Who's that? Do you know?
I'm not sure if Cornetto's supposed to be someone in here in the RWBY, because I just don't recognize it. But I always recognize the Cornetto trilogy as they fuck, what's his name? The guy who does Hot Fuzz.
The
Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg.
Oh, those guys. Okay.
So I from what I got from that is that I guess it's referencing that, but I'm not sure exactly how detailed it is.
Interesting.
There's nothing that's too revealing in that. It just makes a lot of mentions of Cornetto and about kind of stuff that we already can presume from Tyrion. But I think the most like it says like the most notable thing was his repeated phrase, "What are you? What are you?" It's unclear to whom or what Cornetto was directing with this question immediately following the moment. So I'm curious if he's talking about
Salem.
Salem or if he was talking about Tyrion.
I think it's
Because
Salem.
all they had was audio.
But then, like at the next line, it says the suspect seems to be weeping before stating the word beautiful.
So that would be Tyrion. So I think that's a good reason to assume it's Salem. But it could also just be that Tyrion's a sadistic motherfucker. He might just be admiring the blood he did. But I think it makes more sense for it to be Salem. And yeah, no bodies were found. He was presumed dead. Don't know why he'd presumed dead with no bodies found, but all right. Yeah.
That's all he can do with the plane crash, I guess. Pick rope. There's additional readings, and there's stuff blocked out of this too.
Yeah, redacted information.
What if we can find these?
Where
They
are
don't
you
seem to
gonna
be anything
find them?
important. Oh, it might be like an 11 Little Roosters or 10 Little Roosters kind of a Easter egg hunt. There might be things that reference to it. I don't think they'd go that detailed for this, for like a one-off background thing, but who knows?
Sure.
Huh. Yeah, that just gives us a little bit more of an insight into Tyrion. Kind of his origin with Salem, I'm assuming, but I'm not positive.
Sure. Yeah, I'll have to go back and read that. I never even noticed that before.
Yeah, it's not too enlightening. But after we have that whole exchange, when it ends with Ren being a boss and saying, "Yes, sir," fucking love that, right, Zach? God. Anyway, we get an exchange between Blake and Yang where they're talking about it. They don't know what they want to do. They don't know where to go from here. They don't know who they should trust. Should they trust Ironwood? Should they trust Robin? They both seem to be trying to do the right thing, but for different reasons. And they start kind of talking about how they feel remorseful about certain actions, and I think it's heavily implied that they're talking about killing Adam, because they said that they had no options, no choice left to do, which I just want to say is kind of bullshit. He was unarmed at that point.
Right.
But you say he had his gun.
But he didn't fucking shoot it.
Unarmed?
It's clearly not a fucking matter.
No, shut up. He is not unarmed if his gun is there. Unarmed is there's no weapons on him at all.
But he didn't use the gun. They forgot about the gun.
Shut up.
I mentioned the gun in the react as well. And it's like, I mean, he's an unarmed civilian at that point. All right, maybe not civilian. All right, technically maybe not unarmed, but it wasn't using the gun.
Stupid. He was unarmed, I swear, guys.
But I'm happy. I'm bringing this up because I'm happy to see that they are feeling some remorse over the fact that they killed someone. The first murder that we've seen the heroes actually commit. I'm happy to see that they're not just being heartless fucking punks about it. For a show that's so much around morality, I'm happy to see them actually fucking caring about it.
So why does that matter to you so much? That they're
because it shows they're not heartless cunts.
Well,
What?
Nobody's perfect, especially in this world.
I still expect people to feel a little bad when they commit a murder for the first time.
They didn't commit a murder. That was self-defense.
It's still fucking murder.
I hate Adam.
I understand, and that's fine. I'm not trying to defend Adam here. I'm just saying I'm happy that they feel some remorse.
You are trying to keep him alive.
I'll keep him alive until the very end.
Goodness.
Adam is still one of the coolest characters in this show to ever exist, hands down.
I mean, okay, Boomer.
You know what? Cinder
this
survived.
guy beats his wife. You must love Adam. Ooh.
Cinder survived. I believe in you, Adam.
No, Adam's I think pretty much guaranteed dead.
Dude,
I'm not trying
Adam
to
is
revive him.
dead.
I'm trying to do
Did
anything
they
like
confirm that he was dead
that.
already?
Yeah, the creators did.
I was like,
Which is kind of, I hate it a bit when they confirm that people are dead, because if there's someone who they don't confirm is dead, that means that they could come
they're
back.
alive.
Yeah.
They're probably almost guaranteed to be.
It was
So,
like
like-
Neo Neo was never confirmed dead, but a lot of people thought she was, which I never thought she was, but a lot of people did.
I never thought she was dead.
yeah.
But like, I don't know.
Torchwick's alive.
But do the creators need to say someone's dead when they're dead, like all the time? Like Adam being such a big character, sure, but like they don't need to come out and outright say if it's someone's dead or not. God, I'm very itchy tonight.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
exactly. There are some where I think it is definitely can help provide clarity, but you don't have to do it so soon, or you can just not comment on it, and I think it'll eventually have the same impact. Like Torchwick, I thought his death sucked. Some people loved it; they thought it was hilarious. I thought it was terrible. I thought it was almost as bad as Adam's.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
He just kind
Look
of
at me! I'm on top of the world. I'm doing everything that I have to survive. Eating.
Yeah, it was just like it wasn't lackluster. It was just like, all right, now he's gone. And
It
then
felt like something I'd see out of the Rugrats.
Wow.
we just moved on from it.
And I was like, I just took it as like he's a joke. He's gonna come back. He's gonna break out of the Nevermore. And then it was confirmed he was dead. I was like, oh really? Boo! Fucking sucks. Lame.
Rest in peace, Torchwick. Your hat will live on.
Yeah, never forget that hat. It actually has lived on too. Neo still has it.
She wears it to this day.
I really want to know the backstory between Neo and Torchwick.
Why?
Because I love it. I love those two characters. That's part of the reason I'm so sad to see Torchwick gone, is because I loved her and him and Neo as a duo.
Fair enough.
She wasn't someone who followed Salem because she's a big bad person. She followed Salem just because Torchwick was doing it, and her and Torchwick were just besties. Maybe
Fair
more.
enough.
Maybe they were siblings. I don't know. That's what I want to know the backstory of.
Do you think we'll ever get it?
I don't know. I hope we do, but I don't know. But as we continue on, we finally get the backstory, the history of Penny, and how she came to be.
Dude, and it disproves. I think it disproves Mech 5.
It probably does. But there is still a small flicker of hope.
There's an alternate theory we have. Don't worry. That's still alive.
We learn that Penny's aura was created, in fact, from a person. It was taken from someone else's aura, and it was taken from specifically Pietro's. And we learn that Penny, if she dies again, if she's taken down again, Pietro will not be able to rebuild her.
Maybe
Death
his
flag!
aura, unless he uses someone else's aura.
Mike,
Maybe.
she's gonna die.
Nope, she ain't gonna die. Not now, not ever.
And our theory from the discussion does prove true, where what Tyrion was doing was, like, Penny was put over it to simulate her committing the atrocity, and even though they said it was faked.
But see, then my theory of the backing up, like the actual raw data, he's able to extract.
They might be able to. They're running that diagnostic to figure out exactly what's going on.
Yep.
But we learned some interesting bits from this exchange. We learn a little bit about Watts' backstory, and that he worked with Pietro.
Yeah, he did.
This is my theory as to why Mech 5 could still be a thing. We've never seen Watts take a hit, nor have we seen Mech 5 take a hit. What if Mech 5 has been made from Watts' aura? It's incredibly unlikely, but I'm holding on to hope. And it proves the theory that a lot of people have about Clover being a traitor, which would also make sense as to why he's asking about Ruby, because Salem wants Ruby.
True enough.
I want to see them take a hit, because if their color doesn't match their character, that means that they are robots.
So, I mean, we'll see. We're
They
about
could
to
also
get to
just
some
be
heavy
robots
combat
without
now.
aura.
They do have semblance, though.
I guess, yeah, they would actually. Yeah, no, that's true. All right.
But it could still be. I guess we would have to wait until they get a hit to actually find out for certain. Like,
And I'm wondering if, alternatively, Watts has taken other people to put them in them. Or if there's maybe one of the other scientists in that picture who they created Mech 5 using
There's
the
4 people
information
there.
that Pietro would have given.
And do you think Watts would have killed him?
Maybe. Maybe it was made using their aura.
Oh, there are 5 people there actually.
But Pietro and Watts are among them, so there'd only be 3 that could have been taken down for Mech 5.
Yeah. Who are these other people?
Unless Watts found out a way to do it differently.
This could be.
In
And
advance
Watts
of
does seem to be the smartest character in the show that we've seen so far.
True.
The rest of
And
the
he had to-
characters, we really have no idea anything about them. One of them looks like Ryan Haywood, and that's it.
See, I thought that too. I wasn't gonna say anything. I thought that too.
And the other thing is when you do see Watts' face in that, he's like glaring at Pietro.
Is he? I didn't recognize that.
Yeah, if you've got it open, it's 11:21.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so.
Unless he's just awkwardly looking down and to the right.
I wonder if the colors match at all.
So he did put implants. I'm assuming he put implants into Tyrion, into like his eyes or something.
Which one is... So, if you described Marrow as a color, it would be like white, black, and blue, right?
I would say white and
Gray.
blue. Yeah.
It's interesting that the black guy in the photo has the blue shirt. Clover I'd describe with green. The other guys with green. It could still add up. I am still reaching. I'm just hopeful for Mech 5.
Fair enough.
Maybe they're Mech 5. Like instead of them.
They
all
might have-
say Mech 5.
They might have been in like critical condition and slowly they were created given their lives. I don't know. Could be an Ironwood
It's-
project. It could be a Watts project. I don't know. Could be nothing.
Because they didn't say that he didn't say that Penny was the only one he gave his aura to. We just know like that he gave his aura to Penny. So maybe these people are, or the Mech 5 could have been derived from them.
Maybe.
So green was Pietro's aura. So if somebody gets hit, wait, doesn't somebody have like a greenish aura aside from? Actually, never mind. I'll dig into that later.
As in terms of the Aesops, we have no idea what their aura color is. We can assume for a few of them based on the colors of their semblance, but I don't know.
I'll do an analysis on this later. We're gonna dig deep for this one.
We got some heavy theories. I just want to see one of them take a hit. I want to see one of the Aesops take a serious wound. But as we continue on, we see that the Happy Huntresses, for some reason, instead of absorbing the truck immediately this time, they decide to open up the back first, and out pops Blake and Yang.
What are the odds? That's fine.
It's a real shit. They didn't just get absorbed immediately. But Blake and Yang, they chase Robin. They get her into a corner, not a hill, idiot.
Chase Robin, get into.
And they keep, the whole time they're saying about how they're not trying to take her down. So they've kind of agreed that they're trying to tell Robin part of the truth. And Blake specifically is the one who goes and actually starts telling the truth. Gave me some huge points back up with Blake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually super happy that Yang and Blake were doing this.
Yeah.
I thought it was I loved it.
I was happy with both of them. Happier with Blake because she actually made the executive decision to tell the truth. At least part of the truth. And we see Robin's semblance, the scales. I don't think that's what it's officially called, but that's what I have a version of that exact semblance in the D&D book, and that's what I called it.
Did you really?
Yeah. There's actually you actually could have encountered the character had you joined Fluff. Had Verity joined Fluff initially.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, so one of the Fluff characters has that semblance.
Isn't that kind of what Amaranth had?
No. His was you take a if he got hit, part of his aura would jag out or deflect out and try and hurt the person back.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they finally tell the truth. Finally, someone starts telling the motherfucking truth. It's not the truth to Ironwood, but it's something. Fucking Nora.
My only problem with this whole scene was they're in Mantle still, and we know that there's a hacker on the loose, and we know that he hacked twice successfully on a grand scale. So I kind of feel like they probably should have done this with a little more discretion, but under the circumstances, I can understand. But I would have been I would have wrote it on a note or something like that, and be like, read this. But I guess you wouldn't have been able to trust them, I guess, because they wouldn't even have known about that. Things would have went slightly differently. But I feel like I would have been more cautious because, all right, there's a hacker loose, and he hacked not once but twice on a grand scale for both of these cities.
It's true.
So I'm wondering if if Watts knows this now.
He might have already known about it. He might just be able to put the pieces together. Yeah, Blake and Yang say that they're then going to lead the Aesops who have come off the trail and blah blah blah, and that's that. And then we see perhaps the most interesting thing of the episode, in my opinion. We see the vault.
I love what we learn.
I loved everything about that vault. Its design, the color scheme, that blue is beautiful. The crystals, the way it's holed up. We finally learned that what the Staff of Creation has done currently, what it's currently being used for, and how it's holding up Atlas.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought was cool.
That's great. So I don't know exactly how the staff is going to work beyond that. I guess it's a limitless power source is one possibility for it, but I don't know.
It never runs out of energy, and what is currently is making it float. It's like dust, or I guess gravity dust is what would is. I guess gravity removes the gravity from space, and this is doing that, but not with dust. So maybe you can create things that would dust be used for, or maybe even semblances. But it's not all powerful, so I wonder what its limits are. It's not a limit on energy.
It can only be used for one thing at a time.
Yeah, I guess that's that. But it can do anything.
Maybe. Penny! Pyrrha! Torchwick, Adam, all the redheads.
Let's bring everybody back.
Every dead redhead.
But this also tells me that I don't know. That's my theory is that Atlas is gonna now for sure gonna fall.
Yeah,
If
that's
if
what
this
I
is
took
the
out of
only
it too.
thing holding it up, it's going down.
Yep. You know
See,
people are coming for it.
I'm interested to see. Well, one, it's an unlimited source of energy, essentially, is what it is. I mean, as far as we can tell, we don't know if it's unlimited. But, yeah, I don't know. The fall of Atlas is definitely where my mind kind of went regarding it, for sure.
All it takes is for that maiden to come up and take that relic. And if Cinder ends up being that maiden, Atlas is going to fall. And that's going to be the end of both Mantle and a lot of Atlas.
Why did I say Mistral? Gosh dang it.
And throughout this conversation, Ironwood is talking to Oscar about how much he wishes Ozpin was here, about how much he just really, really wants to talk to Ozpin. And Oscar is honestly sounding a lot more like Ozpin. Sounds like their personalities are kind of merging.
Well, he says that too. He said, "You're starting to sound like him."
I'm hoping that isn't like a Marisa. I'm really hoping that's just Oscar because I've been observing this whole time, just like spitting some truth. 'Cause he definitely laid out that truth on Ironwood.
I was
Okay.
hoping he was going to come back.
I was too.
Now that they were like alone or whatever.
Mm. But we see exactly kind of what's going through Ironwood's mind with this, about how desperate he is becoming, about how much he's been dealing with, how much he hates the fact that all of his mechs were taken over in the Veil attack, how much he blames himself for that, how much he wants to do anything he can to protect his people. I am
We saw more of
so
a
on his
human
side.
side of him. Yeah, we saw more of a humanity side of him.
I've said it before, I relate a lot to Ironwood. He kind of tries to keep it all contained. He tries to keep himself a very calm facade. But eventually, you get that pot stirring enough, there's going to be some outbursts. And oh god, I love Ironwood so much. It's such a shame he's going to die, but I love him so much.
Why do you think he's going to die?
There's no way in hell he survives to the end of the story.
You don't think so?
No. We've seen all of the academies so far have their headmasters killed.
It's true. That's fair. Very valid point.
But then we get towards the end of the episode, and we see Jacques is making a move.
And boy, is he.
He's trying to challenge Ironwood's place on the council.
Or the dinner party.
Yep. If there's anything I know about dinner parties, it's that someone's gonna die.
Someone is gonna die. Yep.
You think they'll play Clue?
Maybe.
Who done it?
It was Winter with the lead pipe.
I want to see what the sun does.
Like,
I want to see if the sun kind of
Whitley?
changes. Yeah. I want to see if he will finally realize. Like, I want to see Whitley see his dad in cahoots with this evil woman, and like something evil happens, and then he's like, Winter, help.
I want to see the good side of Whitley. I believe it's there.
And what if it's more dire than you realize?
If he might be completely, he might love the idea. He might be completely on the side of Jacques and Salem. Who knows?
It's true.
That's kind of it for the episode itself, unless there's anything else you two want to talk on.
I guess Ironwood tries to like humanize her. I not humanize her, but like.
Oh
see if
yeah, he tries to humanize Salem,
a
or
little
at least
bit
say that
why-
maybe we should be more like her.
Yeah. Because he's talking about
Well-
like he's dropping his humanity because he doesn't think she's human, but he asks the question and thinks that he's moving like remove or making himself less of a human will help him be able to defeat her. So I guess he's confused, but he does raise the question: is she a human still? Very good, Zach.
No, because I was gonna say he pretty much directly says like, is she even human anymore? Like, I don't know. I thought it was all kind of an interesting, just the whole conversation with him and like Salem, and I could just tell like whoever he's talking to in the situation wants to speak up. I just want to know who's going to be the first person to speak up.
God, I want Oscar to tell him the truth. I want him to tell him the full truth.
See, I want it to be like Ozpin being like, you need to tell him now. And Oscar's going to speak up, and I want to see Ruby and or someone be like, what are you doing? No. And then I want Oscar to pretty much have Oz take over and kick the shit out of whoever it is. Not necessarily beat them to death, but be like, know your place, girl. Like,
I wonder if Ren will go behind their back, and he's the one who reveals it's Ironwood.
ooh.
He's moving in that direction. And I want someone to tell Ironwood the truth. I really, really want someone to tell Ironwood that truth.
Do you?
What do
Yeah,
you think he'll do?
I don't know. I think for a bit, it'll break him. He'll feel as though all of his efforts are wasted, and then I think he'll kind of focus more on just doing what he can. And I think that is what it will take to have him focus more on Mantle.
How do you think that'll affect his trust with Team RWBY though? And Palace?
Oh, I think it'll fucking destroy it. But why would you trust Team RWBY? They're liars. Fuck them.
Wow.
They are. There is one person in this world that they should be able to trust right now, and that is Ironwood. But they won't.
They won't do it. Right. We don't know if we can trust him yet, is the recurring theme. They've said it multiple times at this point. We don't know if we can trust him yet, and everything is continuing to escalate. Iron.
They're just a bunch of little Ozpins. Which would be a fine thing if they recognized that and just been like, well, we're telling the truth because we think it's for the best. Or we're keeping the secret because we think it's for the best. But no, they're just like, no, we're not like Ironwood. Or we're not like Ozpin. We're better than him. Look, I made myself this little macaroni trophy.
So that's what I'm curious. And then on top of that, I said somebody's gonna have to use, or I feel like somebody's gonna use that last question before the end of the season too. They have to, like the way that they're lining this up, because if they don't, or I guess if Team RWBY does it, is gonna be probably is there any way for anyone to kill Salem, or maybe something along those lines. But I don't know if Ironwood will use the same logic. Because I guess he's on the same line of thought. Can anyone kill her? Or is there some way to kill her?
I wonder. I wonder. What will Ruby's eyes do?
See, I think she will be able to.
I think she needs all the maidens. I think she needs to become all 4 maidens, Salem. And then she can be defeated.
You think so?
I think so. I think she wants to die, and that might be her loophole out of the system. Either that, or maybe her as a villain will unite the world. And
but
the
don't
relics
you think
will bring the gods back?
Don't you think that Oz would recognize that she wants to die and would assist her in that?
Maybe. But it's not as much about Ozpin not trusting her as much as it is that she doesn't trust him anymore.
Fair.
Because Ozpin told her the whole truth. For all we know, she hasn't told him the whole truth.
True. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. Just gonna finish this before we get to the best boy and the rates, best boy girl and the rates. I just want to say, Ren, Ozpin, Adam, best boys. They're all great. No one can dispute this with anything. All right, so continuing.
All right, moving on.
Best boy and best girl. Mike.
So Penny, of course. But if Penny wasn't best boy in this episode, then it would have been Nora.
Okay.
But Penny. Best boy is gonna be Oscar for sure, though.
How about you, Zach?
I gotta go best girl. It's tied for me. I think Blake and I think Nora. Best boy. I liked Ironwood in the second half, seeing the humanity of it. So I'll give him that.
Best girl for me is Blake. Best boy, I'm split between Ren and Ironwood. Ironwood did so much more, but I fucking cheered for Ren. I'm gonna give it to Ren. He's proven everything. He's proven to be everything I love this volume.
I really don't like him.
All right, ratings.
I'll give this one a 6. I think we saw some things that was pretty cool, but ultimately, again, I think it's one of those episodes that's just setting things up.
Mike?
I liked it. I'll give it an 8.
I'm gonna give it an 8 as well. The dialogue in it I loved.
Dang.
Everyone except for Doris I loved.
Really?
If you watch the react when it comes out, I'm ranting about Nora. So she's like, maybe if you need to tell them the truth. I'm just like, oh really, Nora? Oh really? Tell them the truth, huh? Oh yeah, what a great idea.
Letting that up.
Jeez. Well, alrighty.
I'm taking a super close look at each of the characters from Aesop's and their characters in this picture.
I think that one's plausible. Now that you bring that up, I actually think that might have some weight to it.
It
Well,
mostly
right
comes
now-
from the fact that we haven't seen their auras take a hit at all. And that's the reason why I'm still holding on to that belief that they are androids. Mech 5 doesn't die today, but maybe next time.
It relies heavily on a couple items.
Oh yeah. It's reaching. It's reaching now more than ever, but I still believe.
Fair enough.
All right. I feel all you fans want to now support the alternate theory. Mech 5 being they all control one big mech.
The Power Ranger 5.
Now's your chance to jump on board.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time with the next discussion. Oh
I
boy.
probably won't be there.
Yeah,
No,
we've got
you
some holiday stuff going on, so we'll figure out exactly what's going on. But if it's just me and Mike, we'll see.
So
Maybe it'll just be me. Who knows?
toodles. Yeah, it definitely. I probably will not be there. But no one will be
Unless
there to
there isn't
argue your
a release on
stupid
Saturday.
shit about Ren and
Wow.
Ironwood. But it's
Wow.
okay.
Hating hard.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to live inside an echo chamber. Come on. Then I'm just Trump.
Oh my goodness.
Politics in my RWBY video. What?
I guess we're ending this video now before this gets out of hand.
Maybe see y'all next time. We'll see what happens.
Oh my goodness.
Hopefully you enjoyed that. Be sure to let us know whether you did or didn't by using those like buttons, the comments, or subscribing. And make sure you also spread it around to all of your friends, too. I'd also like to thank our patrons. With support like yours, we're able to slowly improve on our content, so thank you so much for supporting us. If you're not already a patron and you'd like to support us directly, be sure to check out our Patreon in the description below. We have rewards like stickers, shirts, behind-the-scenes content, and even the ability to make a major character to join in one of our D&D campaigns. Well, once again, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.